Good evening, friends. Welcome to my channel. My name's Bernard. This violin lesson or discussion is about the second movement of the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto, of which I have done another discussion a few days ago, and this is my second go-round with the second movement. I decided to try it a little different than the first time that I played it. So this video is turning out to be sort of an exploration for me. And I'm just sharing my ideas of, I haven't before this ever thought about it. I just played it the way I felt it and never really gave consideration to, how would I teach somebody particularly some differences. So anyhow, for example, the first time when I played this piece, I look at it like I always do, 6/8, 6 beats in a measure, 8th note gets the beat, andante. Traditionally, andante means slow walk, but that's very nebulous. It can be any kind of walk. So the first version, and you can go back, if you haven't heard that, you can go back and listen to it. I played it at 8th note equals 80. And it gave me a little extra time. That's why I like playing it at the slower tempo, because I do extra dynamics, and I feel like I can do maybe, take time here and there, make subitos. For example, all right, so I start off piano at measure 5. I'm using the Barenreiter edition, by the way, in case you're wondering. Measure 537 is where the solo starts. And 5 bars later, I would start sort of piano, and then I play a little louder 5 bars later, and then the next bar where the echo is, that's 537, 8, 9, 44. So 541, 542, one would be louder, the next one would be softer, and then in the next bar we have a crescendo. And I was very liberal with the way I would change bows, because at the slower speed it fit very nicely to change bows. In measure 551, for example, now I made a crescendo on the beginning of the 3/8 notes. I did 2 up, 1 down, and then a subito piano on the long C with a crescendo. It's not marked this way in the original, but when you take a little more time, you can do some things like that. Looking through it, I did change some bows, and you could check for yourself and look at the score as I played. You'll see what changes I made. In 561, 2, 3, again, I did that same, louder, softer in the next bar, with the crescendo in the subsequent bar, because Mendelssohn kind of shortened the theme there, going up to that high C, and a subito piano on the high C with a crescendo. So I want to reemphasize that no matter what, in like 568 and 569, these crescendos are more accent. We come from the C natural to the C sharp, from the D natural to the D sharp. Think about it as a crescendo to an accent, not a sharp accent, but just emphasis, big emphasis there, and then back to piano. The first time I played the piece, it's basically in an ABA section. We have the first theme, and then we go to the 32nd note section, and then so that would be the B section, and then coming back to what would be like a coda or a recap. So in the B section, I tended to speed it up a little bit. So I would start at 80, and then I play the middle section a little more agitato. At about 88 was my tempo. And again, I was quite free with bowings, where I start off with the 30 seconds and I play, there's alternate bowings, and I would use the more changes of bow, down, up, down, with lots of different changes, as you would see in there. And on this version that I just played for you, I tried to make longer lines, because now that I've looked it through, reviewing what I did the first time, the second performance, I played it at 88 to 92 for the 8th note. And I tried to make longer lines, used fewer bowings, more of the original bowing, but fewer changes of bow. And I didn't do as many dynamics, more or less on purpose, just to see what it would like, following more of the marks of the original score. And so, and that, you decide for yourself which version you like better. when I came to this agitato B section, I pretty much kept the same tempo, 88 to 92. It felt pretty comfortable. So there's a little less contrast there of tempo. Going through, and as I said, on the second time, I kept more of the original bowings because I was going a little bit faster, flowing. I was able to use fewer bow changes and looking for the longer line, the bigger picture. Okay, so it's like instead of seeing the individual trees, I'm looking more at the forest. Going along here, yes, and all the way through, I kept the same thing, trying to play longer, more notes on less bows, and I think it worked out pretty well. I'm actually I'm considering looking at it one more time, even a little bit faster, with a real feeling of two, because even though I played it at 88 to 92, I still had that feeling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I was still thinking eighth notes. And maybe if I took it, I don't know, I'll have to see if it makes any sense at all, 96 to 100, maybe even 102. Maybe I could feel 1, 2, 1, 2. And of course, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want to stimulate your creativity and let you, when you come to play this piece, think it the same way. Say, well, if I play it at 80, like Bernard does, then it'll feel this way to me. Or if I play it at 100, it's going to feel another way. And then, so you get the chance to look at all kinds of possibilities and hopefully maybe come up with ideas that I haven't come up with. I mean, the creativity is within you is infinite, just like I feel the same within myself. Every time I come back to play the piece, it's different. I've been playing this piece. I can't remember how many times I've played this piece over my career. So you also. So I just present these ideas to you, and maybe I'll see you again for another video on the second movement of Mendelssohn. I'll study it again with even more ideas, and if I think they're viable, I'll record it again and we'll discuss these new ideas that I've come up with. So thanks for listening. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.